Well, welcome to Colorado and the Arkansas River. It's really nice. You know, I kept up on the weather to make sure it was reasonable, and it probably dropped in the mid-30s last night, and today it's mid-70s easy. I get to walk around without a shirt and a swimsuit bottom, so it's perfect. I just need to get a little more speed for my sluice. I found a few areas where there's flood gold, but I found some areas that the guys that have this claim didn't dredge, and so I'm going to go ahead and dig around there. And you can always kind of tell because the ground will be just like concreted. You know, big, large rocks will be in place. You can't move them. You got to pry them out of there. So that material has been around for a while. So we'll see how it goes. The kid came down for a drink. Look at that little bugger. Oh, he's neat. Check him out. Super cool. Well, I'm getting some decent values. I'm not killing myself, you know, the way I have in past years. I'm just kind of trying to have a mellow time and enjoy myself out here. See Down Creek, nice family group looking for rocks and maybe gold. And yeah, so I've got I've got two baggies with some material in them, and yeah, it's real beautiful out here. I can only use the small sluice. We don't really have a lot of flow and getting the gold, but it's I'd much rather see those rocks turning. All right, so as you can see, I've got my sluice. I've run a half bucket of material through it. I tested. There were little flecks of gold in it. This is positive, and so I had to come up here. So I'm going to go ahead, gather the material, and then we'll do the swirl, so to speak, and see if this is worth digging much more. So you can see them right there coming out of the corner. They're small, but if they're in sufficient number, you can see them. They're still moving out. We'll see what we get. As long as they go through the entire black sand layer, yeah, it's small gold, but it's decent. There's some more. Okay, so they're all the way through. I don't know though, I'm gonna have to really think it over. I'll have to keep sampling a bit. All right, so I just walked down to the river, got myself a couple of gallons of water, and that'll be my drinking water for tonight because I've got a Life Straw with me, and I use some other water units as well. And anytime I get thirsty, and I like to drink a lot of water, you know, I might drink a half a gallon or a gallon of that this evening. I just put a little in my pan and I just drink it. I really don't like using plastic bottles, and the only time I use them is, you know, for the drive. I'll always bring a few, but I don't know, I just thought I'd kind of throw that in the video. I don't know why we waste so much water. The river water is perfectly good. Well, we'll see how we do tomorrow. I'm going to get up and I might fish first hour, 2 hours. It's an early bite. You know, the water cools throughout the night, and it's going to be digging. If I get good enough gold, I'll probably stay an extra day. It's good to have that option. So I'm out here, and what I'm going to do is I found a couple of creeks that no one's been at, and I'm going to check these hang-up zones where we have this schist, because it's something I found years and years ago, and it paid off last year with a good day of vacuuming, and tons of heavy material in here, and I'll know how much gold. It's guaranteed it's carrying some gold, but I'll know about how much by vacuuming this stuff up and seeing if I can pull anything out of it. And I'll check several of them on the way down. The creek still has a lot of moisture in it, but there's enough dry zones to where I can do a really good check of this. So we'll see how this goes. I take the pick end. I don't want to get too much moisture up, but this ground is still a little moist. Not too bad though. My unit will gobble this stuff up. Just do a little surface action, like right here, right along the edges. Break it up good so I can, right here, and then I can rev this thing up. Okay, anyways, I cleaned it up pretty good, and I didn't want to dig into the secondary because a lot of this is going to be flood gold if it's there, and it'll just be sitting on top. Because I've experimented with this stuff a few times, and when I dug in, I didn't get anything. It was all surface material. So here's some of the areas I took samples from. I just, broke it up a little. I found that in this area, it's really, the gold is in the surface material. So you can see this creek, it runs along pretty benignly, but then boom, you get these schist zones, and this is where the gold hangs up. This stuff acts like a really nice sluice map because it's this fine, funky schist, and I found a fair amount of gold in it several times. So you can see what these areas look like. And you can see there's tons of heavies. There's a lot of black sand in there. So you've got heavies dropping out here. This is a cool little zone. Well, we'll see what the sample brings, because I think I'm done. I've got enough. So I'm at my panning place where there's always water, and I'll just show you what I've got so far. It's pretty disappointing to me. I thought this last one I'd hit some bigger pieces, and no go. I'm actually really disappointed. I mean, it's gold. It's always super cool to see, but yeah, I haven't gotten any lunkers. So there it is thus far, and oh, God almighty, I hope we improve on that. Well, here it is. This is rare. A rare Arkansas River lunker, especially when you're sluicing and hand digging. Yeah, that's actually a really nice piece. Very cool. Lots of little buggers in here, of course. Yeah, little buggers coming out right there. But yeah, that's a nice piece. You can see all the little guys coming out. So that was on my last sluice run. That's pretty excellent. All right, so today I'm doing something called prospecting, and I did that yesterday as well when I vacuumed that creek. But I removed a bunch of schisty stuff. Then I found this really tightly packed muck down in here between the schist, and that's always worth retrieving. So I'm going to sample through this little zone here. You can see it's all bedrock, but I like that it's got a little color to it, and I pulled a lot of schist out of the hole. And then the area, you can see it all looks, kind of bedrock city. One thing about bedrock, yeah, you might get some shallow stuff, but if you can find a hole in the bedrock, that's where you get the jackpot win. So we'll see. This is what I like. I found this about that bedrock out here. I should be able to get these out as well, but see all the material adhering to the wall? That could be gold bearing, because anything heavy enough to get caught in that little crevice and, make its way, get caught up anywhere in here, it's got to be heavy to just sit and, make its way down. So, possibilities. All right, you can see everything slides down here. And here I am, just shredding this rock, man. Just getting it out of there, and it looks like I've succeeded. And that'll liberate a bunch of material in here. Schisty. So I got a chance for some good pieces that this area is known for. Okay, you can see I'm on a downward slide, and I'm adjacent to that area I've been breaking up. I like it. This is a good spot to go for, because everything is going this way and coming in this way as well. And it looks like I can bust this bedrock up. And yes, I can. It'll be kind of hard to get out of there, and this is old bedrock, man. Wow, very cool. And while I may not find anything, when you can do this, you've got a chance. And then this bugger here will come out too. So let me get to this, get the material, and then we're going to go pan. I want to take a look at the concentrates I have so far. I'll probably screen it down to 20 mesh. You can see them popping out already. Then get in the shade a little bit here. Probably should see, there you go. Some ironstones coming out all over, starting to come out the top. There's a better piece from the Arkansas right there in the corner. Yeah, they keep popping. There's a bunch of them there, all on this side. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, there's quite a few in there. So we're doing okay. I think we should be doing a lot better. It's hard though. A lot of people have been digging in this area. The claim owners have been dredging, and it's challenging. I've got another area I'm going to go to though, maybe tomorrow. Alright, anyways, I'm out fishing. Look at that baby. He's a beauty. Alright, I'm going to very carefully release him. He is full of fire. Look at that color. Probably about 14 inches. Really nice fish. I'm stoked. Alright, I've been working and I failed to start recording. I've been busting this material up. Got some root action going on here. And working through this bedrock zone right here. You can see got some interesting crunchies in here. There was a little line of schist down there. All right, so you can see what I'm going after now. The best looking stuff I've seen. I really like it. It's sitting on top of the bedrock, and it's a hell of a rust zone. Look at this stuff. Now the gold I found in it I didn't find any big ones, but I found a lot of little ones, so I saved the black sand. But this stuff, it's been here a hell of a long time. Okay, for the third time, this is what I'm looking for. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just accumulating it here in the corner. I'm going to shovel it out. You can see this is a rusty crust zone. It's almost anomalous here. The stuff above it, not, but on the bedrock here, it's pretty intriguing stuff. So I get enough of it and I'm accumulating it here. This is a perfect catch. Roof meets floor and it just terminates in a V there. So I'm gonna get this stuff much as I can. Well, anyways, I'm heading home, unfortunately, in many ways. And it was a good trip. I had a lot of fun, and it's excellent. And the drive isn't so bad either. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's freaking awesome. I always like to drive home, you know, it's never a chore, and I'm usually not in a hurry, and I stop pretty regularly. So I'm always looking for roadside, you know, interesting sites. Look at this cabin. It's freaking awesome. You can see how it was built. It's laying low to the ground. I don't really like going in there. Let's see. Oh man, wicked. It's just a bunch of junk. It's really cool that it's still standing. Yeah, very cool. And adjacent to it, they have this, which is really neat. Oh, it's so cool. Very cool. And it looks like they got grazing out here. This kind of thing is really fun. I just had to climb a fence. I love doing this. We got this low-lying cabin here. The windows are sealed up. Check that out. So cool. Oh, that's wicked. It's a fairly old Coleman. Very cool. And we got the backside of a cabin here. Yeah, you can see because of the winds and snows, these were all low slung cabins. A window has some panes of glass in it even. That's really neat. Wow, cattle skulls, check it out. It's too bad they're so old and delicate. Oh man, there's still furnishings and stuff in the house. Holy cow. The dresser. I don't know what else is in here, but make sure we don't go through the floor or anything into a secret world. Oh yeah, it's just a jumble back in there. Pretty cool. That was quite a cabin in its day. And there's just everywhere, there's just odds and ends. Very cool. Well, it's plain as can be. I'm processing black sand. We'll see what we get. And hopefully Colorado is good to us. Alright, anyways, I am not the great panner who can separate things. We gotta take a look at this. This is really good. It's out in the light here. You can see all the gold in there. Oh my god. That's freaking wicked. And you know, I can't quite separate it. It's up to the master panners out there. But look at it. It just gets better and better and better. Oh man. It's crazy. And then it's all over the... God, it's just all over the place. I've got this small amount of black sand here. And you can see there's just gold like crazy through it. And it's fines, but when you put it together, wow. I got a ton of gold in here. I'm pretty excited about it. I can't separate the final amount of black sand from it. I'm running around a damn garage here trying to get some light. It's really cool, but you can't, I don't know, it's just a lot. Except for the most fantastic master panner. Look at that line of gold. Yeah, so I'll bag this up, but it's literally everywhere through this zone. Look at that stuff, man. And it just keeps coming. Look at the little particles, and there's some bigger particles. I mean, it's chunky. It's fine. Wow, it's all over the place. I love it. It was a hell of a lot of work, I'll tell you that. But I'm pretty damn excited about it. Alright, so everyone likes to look at gold. And here's some gold that I got at the end of my last trip. And it was a pocket in some bedrock. And so that's pretty good, not bad. And it was right at the end of the trip. And I got this additional gold there. It was smaller, but it ended up being a decent trip, and it wasn't looking so good for a while. Oh, floater, cool. Okay, and then my trip before that, let's see what I got. I know I got another one here. Okay, and this is my trip before. So I'm just going to take this stuff and just, this is my trip before that. There's more gold in there. Oh yeah, and this was a good trip. God, there's still more gold in there. Yes, more gold! And this stuff actually was taken from a different spot, and it looks different than all this gold. It's really, really pretty damn interesting, but this was a really good trip. So I'm stoked. There's some gold, and yeah, from like 4 spots and 2 areas, and I want to get back into this stuff though. This is, you can see the chunks, and I've shown it on the previous video, which I haven't, made.